Pleased to be joined now by Bills tight end Dalton Kincaid, who's fresh off the practice field. The man's still sweating.
How'd you get all dirty?
They were outside.
Were you outside?
We were outside today.
Laying
it was
out
actually
for some
warm
catches.
today.
It was warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good day, practice, good week of practice so far. Yeah.
That's awesome. This Patriots team, Dalton, has changed an awful lot, just in terms of the personnel they're using. They've kind of caught a little bit of some momentum here. They've won 2 of their last 3. You saw them once before. I'm sure that has value, but how does that morph and change when they've changed things? They don't look like the same team that you saw in Week 7. How does that change things for your preparation?
Just some more film study. Obviously, watching last week against the Broncos, going over there and doing a really good job. They're a very well-coached team, so you kind of know they're going to give you their best effort going into that game. But they do a lot personnel-wise on defense, putting people in different positions. Safeties playing backers playing ends. So just expecting a lot of different people in a lot of different positions.
Yeah.
What generally, and I don't mean about this game plan specific against New England, but what have they told you about your upside, where they want to use you, where they see you fitting in, your strengths, your weaknesses? What do the coaching staff talk to you about, when they have those evaluations?
Just putting people in their best position to succeed at what they do best.
Right.
And we got a lot of weapons on offense, so it's kind of utilizing all those guys and having this read here for that, and then this read there for that. So just utilizing our weapons and people's strengths.
What have you found when you've been out there playing? Now you're deep into this. You're like 2 college years into this, right? You had a month of training camp and all these games. What do you see yourself when you get out there? What do you know you can do against some of these NFL defenses? And maybe when they play you with a safety or a linebacker, what are some of the things you look for?
Just kind of how defenses play us. Whether they're going to go man heavy or zone heavy. Obviously we have Stephon Diggs, who's a great receiver. How teams are going to play him, because how they play him is either going to open up some other guys or it's going to give him that one-on-one opportunity. So personally, it's just winning that one-on-one matchup when it is man, and then in zone finding those pockets for Josh.
When Dawson went out with the wrist surgery, you were shouldering a lot more of the burden at the position. How do you and your production kind of went up, as many would expect, but how did it feel to have more of the burden on you as a young player, number one, and then number 2, now on the back side of that, looking back on it a little bit, were you kind of like, you know what, I can't handle this if they need me to? Like, how did you kind of go through it and then come out of it and look back at it?
When it initially happened, it was just, understanding I'm going to have to learn a lot more, and a lot more is going to be expected. But the people around me really helped it, made it a lot easier. Usually when I'm out there, I look for Doss. If I ever have a question or I'm unsure about something, and I'll look at him, and sometimes before I even look at him, he's already shooting out what I'm thinking. So it is great to have him back, just because having someone out there in your room with you is a lot of fun. But
so what did you do when you didn't have that security blanket? Well, maybe he was on the sidelines still, but
no, he was still there a ton. But being out there, I think that's the best thing is experience. That's the best way to kind of slow the game down, and that's when things get easier. So looking back, that experience was super helpful, and it kind of was a moment where it's like, okay, you can do this. And I think that's talking to some of the other rookies on the team too. Especially those first couple weeks was, you come into it and it's the National Football League.
So you feel like it accelerated your learning curve, like just being thrust into, there was more on your plate, like sink or swim.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the experience, that's the best way to learn and be better is have experience and have good experience. And week in, week out, you're going against some of the best guys in the league.
Yeah.
And then obviously training camp and everything, our defense is pretty good. So going against those guys helps out a lot.
So you played these guys early in the years, a long time ago. They've changed a lot in their roster, different quarterbacks, and their defense has gotten nicked up. They've got some new different corners playing. What is the vibe in your locker room when you guys talk about how important this game is, about the last time you played them? What's the vibe about facing these guys who, not you so much, but some of these guys face them twice a year and have for a long time?
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's not really about them. It's more about us, and that's kind of what we've been preaching the last couple of weeks. Is it's about, you know, what we do and not as much as what they do. So if we do, you know, what we're capable of and we're doing it pretty good, then kind of everything will fall into place from there.
You guys are top of the league right now in red zone touchdown efficiency. Number 1 in the league, 67.3%. I know you'd rather have the number higher. Everyone strives to be perfect. But last 4 games, 10 of the last 14. What is really working and clicking for you guys down there, do you think, that's allowing you to finish drives in the end zone?
I think we've established the run game. I think that's, you know, been pretty evident the last couple of weeks. And doing that has kind of opened up some things because teams got to respect the run.
Yeah.
So just kind of having those 2 dimensions to our offense has been pretty good. And then, you know, Josh can run the ball too. So I think that adds a whole 3rd dimension.
Yeah. You have the unicorn. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that give us a little insight, big picture. You guys, you know, you got to win out. You've been in the playoffs for 3 weeks now, and it's hard to keep winning. It's hard to win every week, but it's hard to win now in the big picture every single week. What are your thoughts on, you know, the team's, you know, mindset going into another game that you feel like you kind of must win?
I think we understand that. I think it's going to be a lot more helpful being at home. I think everyone loves playing at home. It's you know, we're playing in front of Bills Mafia, and they're awesome. So I think that's a big help for us this week is just being at home, and you know, everyone's a lot more juiced up for it, having the fans out there. But we do understand, you know, it's been the playoffs for us the last couple of weeks. So going forward, that's the expectation is to go 1-0 each week.
How'd you celebrate the Christmas holiday? A little different.
Yeah.
You're in a different part of the country. You know, you're a rookie. Was family able to come in, or how'd you kind of work that?
We did Christmas the week before.
Okay.
So Cowboys weekend, I had some family come out for that. We did Christmas there.
Smart.
And then Christmas Day was sunny, so I enjoyed being outside a little bit. It was nice.
Yeah, that was just so you know, that's unusual. I don't think we needed to tell you that, but 55 and sunny on Christmas Day is highly unlikely here. Yeah. So yeah, you lucked out this year for sure. Well, I'm glad you planned that out. Good planning ahead there. Well done by you. Yeah. Glad you were able to do some Christmas with your family. Knowing Las Vegas, right? They're on the other side of the country, so
quite a ways away.
Yeah. Do they have any? I mean, obviously, we all hope to have Super Bowl plans that mean something, but is that going to be like? I can't imagine what Vegas is going to be like when they're hosting a Super Bowl like this year as a city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's already big enough on its own in its own right. Now you're bringing an event like that to Las Vegas. That's got to be.
It'll definitely make it interesting. Yeah.
That's one word for it.
Yeah. But college, we played the Pac-12 championship there back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So hopefully going back for a 3rd year in a row.
Oh, nice.
Things fall into place this year.
It'd be great. Yeah. Thanks for spending some time with us, Dalton, especially fresh off the practice field. Go shower up and get cleaned up. Thanks for coming straight here. We appreciate you making the time for us.
Absolutely.
And good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, guys.